Ready to get
All right,
started,
you guys
Dan?
should be good to go now.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. So thanks everybody for being patient and joining us with the Zoom meeting tonight. So we can go ahead and call the meeting to order. It is a little different than some of our normal park boards because similar to the council meetings, we're on the live stream. So I don't see anybody listed as a visitor or attending at the moment, but the public has the option to jump in and view it via the live stream. So with that, we can go ahead and do...
More exciting than most TV right now, so you never know.
He's watching a 10-year-old baseball game.
All right, we can go ahead and do the roll call. Ashley Chance.
Here.
Here. Kathy Crotty.
Here.
Patty is absent. Mike Muma.
Here.
Adam Ayers.
Here.
Ed Vordameshi is absent. And Greg Coca.
Here.
All right, we'll check again. Don't see anybody on the attendance list, so no visitors at the moment. Christy was going to talk about the community center, so I can jump ahead and do some of our park updates, some things going on. So in the parks recently, since the stay-at-home orders ended, we've had some tournament action going on in the park. We've had 6 regional baseball tournaments so far this summer that have brought in revenue of a little over $11,000. We have 4 more tournaments that are scheduled the duration of the summer that go through Labor Day weekend. 3 of those tournaments that have happened so far were through the organization's MYB. We had 1 from Game Day Sports and 2 from the Warren County Visitors Bureau. The schedule for park events has been a little different this year. A lot of the 5Ks and things like that, Girl Scout events, Boy Scout events have been canceled or postponed. We've had 4 events that were canceled that are looking to reschedule for 2021. And we've had 5 events that have rescheduled September or later. So usually May and June are pretty busy months for 5Ks in the park, usually every week or every other weekend. And so a lot of those have transitioned to the fall to give them some time to plan with everything going on. So there are several 5Ks throughout September and October this year that'll fill the fall schedule up. One thing we have started, we do have a city COVID waiver that we're asking any participants in special events going on in the parks to sign. And that'll continue on here through 2020 until any state orders lift any of those gathering restrictions. So groups are compliant with that, and that hasn't been much of an issue. So we're filling out the fall schedule here. As many of you know, we didn't have our traditional event this year, but we had some virtual programming online this last weekend to get the residents engaged to do something over the holiday weekend. We created.
I thought you moved Red Rhythm and Boom to my neighborhood. Man, there was enough fireworks here.
Yep.
Yeah, there were fireworks everywhere, but we tried to do something to help the small business community out a little bit and get the Come Together Mason e-gift card program going. So we created a few videos to kind of help out the small business community and have them featured. We had over 2,000 views on those videos over the weekend, and the people that participated in the virtual programming received Come Together Mason gift cards to get some money back out in the small business community. So just trying to get creative and doing some different events and what we can here, and hopefully we can get back to doing some of our larger scale things in 2021. But that's about it for the parks.
Yeah, I can go ahead and talk about the community center. So we closed, I think it was March 16th was the first day that we closed. So we were closed until June 15th. That's when we started phase 1. But during the closure, we made like a decision and do a lot of maintenance on the building. So we did install a brand new basketball court. So like our wood court was completely removed, and then new one put in, new walking track on our second level. We did a lot of facility-wide plumbing repairs. We were having issues with no hot water in the locker rooms. So that was probably a 3-month project to fix all of the plumbing. Did a lot of painting, drain the pools. So just a lot of things that usually we can't kind of done when we're open, and we didn't want to open and then have to close again to do normal maintenance. So we kind of took advantage of the closure to do a lot of that. June 15th was the first day of our phased reopening. So we did start with appointment only, and we were open 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. to 7 7 days a week, limited hours, limited offerings. Part of that was kind of help control any crowd that we might be coming in and make sure that we properly social distance our staff to follow all the new protocols. And I would say that during that, it was limited services. So the pool, the track, the fitness center were the only amenities that were open. Programming, kids corner, group exercise still on hold. But the swim team and the gymnastics team did start practicing in phase 1, 2. So we averaged anywhere between like 30 to maybe 130 people per day. So from June 15th to July 5th, compared to normal business, it was definitely lower than maybe we had expected. Membership base is around 3,500 households. That's about 9,000 unique people. So that's part of why the appointment process was implemented. That has kind of standard in a lot of facilities. Phase 2 started this Monday. So July 6th, we kind of moved into phase 2, and the appointment fees and the appointment times, all that's taken away, and our whole facility has been reopened. We now are offering group exercise classes, Kids Corner. Kids Corner is still by appointment. Swim team's still practicing, gymnastics still practicing, our courts are open. So members aren't paying per visit. They're just going to be billed their membership on July 15th. And compared to phase 1, we're seeing about 300 to 350 people per day this week. So it's a nice change from phase 1, but still a lot slower than what we're used to. Average day, we're hitting like 1,000 to 1,500 people. And on busy days, like when we have MYB or big events, it's over, 2,000 visits per day. Starting to think about what we're going to do with phase 3. Still need to probably take another week or 2 to kind of gauge interest and see what our membership base looks like. We have had probably about 500 changes to memberships. So that's about 50% people have canceled their passes, and about 50% have asked to put the membership on hold. So when people place their membership on hold, they no longer have like membership benefits to the center, but they pay $10 a month to not be charged their monthly rate. And as long as they're on hold for 11 months or more, it makes good sense. 10 months or less, that makes sense. The admin fee when they join back again. So,
no, I haven't been over there. Is the cafe open? Did you close that?
Cafe has not opened yet.
Okay.
So, yep, food service we haven't brought in, and that's kind of some of the decisions that we have to make. Is even when we were open at full capacity, the cafe wasn't incredibly busy. So trying to be mindful and think new about how we can maybe work with local businesses to maybe utilize that space, or trying to think outside the box when we move, trying to open it to make sure it's the best fit for us. And when we start to think about phase 3, trying to understand the school schedule just came out, and that can impact how we program and maybe changes that we might make in terms of, if there's a lot of kids doing online or homeschooling, we might want to start to consider to offer like extracurriculars or some phys ed or programs for them where we can kind of generate revenue and have kids come in and visit at times when normally they're in school. Also looking at ways to have people utilize their memberships outside the center. So a lot of people are indicating to us that they don't feel comfortable, coming back into a public building with, a bunch of different people, but maybe we can offer classes that if they have a membership that they can participate in, like virtually or from home or something. So our programming team is trying to get really creative to find ways to drive revenue back in and kind of rethink our business. So
you're saying if you could pause or put your membership on hold, it then goes to $10 a month, and then there's an administrative fee at the end, or no?
No, that's why a lot of people put their membership on hold. So if you cancel your membership and it's, canceled for more than 30 days, you have to pay the sign up fee again. And that's $100. So a lot of people will just place their membership on hold.
I got it.
They join in, like, a lot of the hold forms, people are indicating September, October, some are putting December. So it looks like from the public, they're anticipating they don't want to come back for 3 to 4 months, so that.
Yeah, and I'm guessing the people that hold are going to hold until there's a vaccine or effective treatment. I mean, that's what I would assume. And that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so people can put their membership on hold for like a set amount of time. They can tell us, put it on hold until September, or they can say, just put it on hold indefinitely. And we've had a mix of both. We've even had people we've got people all over the extreme. I've had people that felt very comfortable coming into workout, have contacted me to say, you guys are doing everything that you should do and everything that I would expect for you to do. But after coming in today, I feel not comfortable and I'm going to cancel. Other people think that we're doing above and beyond and comfortable with what we're doing. So we've got a lot of different members that have a lot of different perspectives. And
is there a mask requirement in the bill? Like if you're for people?
Employees are required to wear masks, and employees do get their temperature checked when they arrive for work. And then members, we encourage members to wear a mask in common areas, but it's not mandatory when you're working out. So
what are you doing for a cleaning regimen? What does that look like? Is that every 2 hours, or what are you doing?
So we've got kind of like a layered approach. So in terms of like locker rooms, those are the regulations say every 2 hours, but we have custodians that are going in every single hour.
And what are they spraying that with? Or is it, is it a straight disinfectant? Is it a sanitizer, or what is it?
So we've got a couple of different things. Like the city is using a product called TB Quat, and that was purchased in bulk, and we're just using that facility-wide. The school custodians, they clean our locker rooms. So they're using chemicals that the school purchases and provides to them. Utilizing the Clorox 360. We also have those extreme microbial technologies, air purifiers that are installed in our HVAC system. So that's one thing that people can't see, but it's an extra layer of protection that we've had installed for several years. It's not just a reaction to COVID. It's been something that we put in years ago to try to mitigate and reduce any health risks here with how many people come in, but it charges rooms with ionized hydrogen peroxide. So it kills viruses, bacteria, like compounds that are on hard surfaces or in the air 24/7. So staff are cleaning and sanitizing like frequently touched surfaces. We've established one-way traffic. We're not using fans in the facility right now. So we're kind of following all of the state guidelines and the industry guidelines. And with our phases, we don't have a firm number of phases that are identified. Like it's not like we know we're going to go to 5 or 10 phases. We're just trying to set short timelines that allow us to kind of navigate this changing environment and be fluid and change our practices based on the health data that we get and what we need to do to react to outside influences.
What do you do if somebody, says, I tested positive, I worked out all week or whatever? I mean, like, do you guys have a protocol for that? Because I'm guessing you're bound to have that happen sooner or later with general public moving in and out.
Yes. We would follow the Warren County Health Department guidelines. So any cases get reported and then they become your partner with contact tracing. The facility has to close for like an amount of time to be able to effectively disinfect and sanitize the whole area, which it's not like it's a 24-hour, 48-hour. It can just be an amount of time that you require to clean your facility. So that there's kind of some flexibility there to make sure that you need more time to clean your building, you have it, but if you can clean it in half a day, then you can do it then too.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're kind of looking at phase 3, really trying to think outside the box and just welcoming any ideas that people might have or things that you're learning from other cities or facilities or places that you go to. We're trying to benchmark with OPRA, that's Ohio Parks and Rec, organizations, looking at other local clubs and seeing what they're doing. We are operating at like 50%, but our numbers coming in are much less than that anyway. So we don't anticipate to really hit that 50% mark anytime soon.
Okay.
Questions about the community center?
Hey, Chrissy, if you think about it, would you send me either a cut sheet or what we're doing with that HVAC? I'm
Yeah.
interested in that air purification thing.
Yep. Somebody's got a dog back there.
Who's
Yeah,
dog
Sorry.
barking?
Someone's walking my neighborhood. Hold on.
Dog has
Okay.
a question. Shit, the dog really had a question about the community center.
Dog wants to know something about the community center.
Hey, do you do social distancing like on the treadmills and stuff like that?
Yeah, so with our fitness equipment, we have cones that are placed like every other treadmill. And we've rearranged the fitness center. So we've done an inventory of our equipment and we've gotten rid of maybe like duplicate items that are no longer serving us. So we've surplused some items. We've moved a lot of our like really low intensity equipment to our member lounge. So that's like our new steps and our arm bikes. Kind of like some of the recumbent cycling groups so that has opened up some space. We moved our TRX frame off the fitness floor. So we've kind of reconfigured the whole facility. We've reduced the amount of furniture. So we've taken a lot of steps. We had a meeting with Ford and we've been kind of just taking tips from other local businesses on what they're doing too.
Have you seen the, like, I don't know if it was California or whatever, where they put up the sheeting, like the plastic, like almost like boxes for you to work out in?
Yeah, well, that was part of something that Ford had recommended because they're doing that with their employee workspaces. But we do have a luxury of space at our facility. So we used a 6 to 10 foot distancing as far as where equipment is placed. And if we needed to expand that, I mean, we've got plenty of space throughout the building, through studios,
Yeah.
house.
And then you're going to limit class sizes, I guess, to be able to have people be.
Yeah, our class sizes have been reduced by 50%. And we look at the square footage of the room and there's a formula that we use to kind of calculate what that capacity should be. I would say class sizes this week have ranged anywhere from like 1 to 8 people. And that's quite low. We're used to like a minimum of 10 and a max of 40.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been a slow start. I think a lot of people need to kind of get back into like the routine of looking at our offerings, and people have had 4 months to adjust to a different lifestyle, and maybe when the weather changes and conditions improve, people will come back in through the doors.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think people need it more than ever. I saw a report yesterday saying like the average weight gain is 17 pounds for Americans in COVID. They call it the COVID 17, like the freshman 15. That's incredible.
There's been a lot of just data that's coming out from NRPA or OPRA, but 1 in 4 people have stated that they'll never return to a gym. Park attendance across the state has gone up by 81%. So if you go to our outdoor parks, we're seeing an increase in people using our trails and our outdoor parks, which is a positive. And I think here in Mason, people are real fortunate to have access to sidewalks and bike trails just by walking out their door, So
yeah.
That's a great standard. But I think in terms of the traditional group X classes or workouts, people have adjusted at home. And I think the community is a bit different. I've heard people that have bought Pelotons or have, they've made investments in their home gym, and we offer a different experience. So I think when the weather turns bad and it pushes people back indoors, we'll see influx of people, and then see how the fall goes and if there's any changes that come from that, or see how school winds up too. Dan, did you want to move on to the next item?
Yep. Did you have anything else outside of the community center?
I don't think so, unless I told you something that I forgot to say. Sometimes I do that.
Nope. I think you're all good then. Mike, anything for the chair's report?
Nope.
All right. Members report. Does anybody have anything they'd like to discuss? Yep. Any old business? Or new
Not a
business?
whole lot. Mhm.
When are we looking at Common Grounds opening up?
Yeah, I don't have an opening date for that. I think they're still finishing up the parking lot and some of the restroom facility and just some minor things. Was supposed to open in May, and then we've had some challenges with a few things.
Sure.
I'm not quite sure on that date, but I can find out for you.
And did the FC Cincinnati, that mini soccer pitch get put in and everything? Everything looks good with it?
Yeah, I think it did. I didn't hear that it didn't get installed. Right around June 10th, when we were talking about opening playgrounds, a lot of conversation about when can we open up common ground and what's that going to look like. And typically with a new park, you would do a opening ceremony. So, really trying to be thoughtful about how we open it. And also, when we do open it, I can see that coming. It's such an awesome playground and it's going to become the new Pine Hills Lake Park playground. And I wanted to, try to really understand when we open it, do we need to try to manage access so that we can have the environment that we want to have, where it's open, it's inclusive, but it's not crowded, healthy, and it's sanitized, because there could be a variety of using it from all different ranges, and we wanted to make that experience was good for everybody.
No, that's smart. I agree with that.
On a go back, what about Heritage Oak while we're talking about parks? What's up with the dirt pile out there?
So I heard that it should be I'm not gonna give deadlines. Work is getting done, and hopefully fall of 2021, maybe there's some play.
What about the new pool? I mean, I've walked by or run by it kind of weekly. It looks like they're coming along on it. Are they on track or?
Yeah, so construction hasn't stopped at all during the pandemic. I mean, there were times where maybe we had, trying to work through like what crews were coming in and what work was going to get done, but the leisure pool is on track to hopefully be finished by August. And then it's not going to be open to the public for like a regular, the pool season's already in.
Yeah, it'll be Memorial Day or whatever next year.
Yeah, but we do want to be able to open up, fill it with water, test all of the systems, maybe invite the public out to have to come take a look at it and view it and kind of soak in what the new facility is like. But at that same time that we would be doing that, the competition pool side of it is still under construction. So just because in August we might be filling and testing and there's a lot of excitement that part of the facility is done, there's another part that still needs to be completed.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll complete it all over the winter then?
That's what the plan is. Yeah.
So it'll joint open for the season next summer.
2021.
Yeah. It looks nice. When you run by it, you can, since it's all,
A little concerned. I don't know that I'm ready to go down that slide. It's double the height of our own slide, so I'm afraid of heights. So
And I'm shocked they put in a bungee jumping station, isn't it? No, I'm just kidding.
But the splash pad looks really good. Yeah, the flume slide is up. The buildings are real sharp too, so
Yeah.
it'll be nice next year.
Yeah, I'm curious what it's going to look like on the inside of that building. I mean, it's got a really nice facade so far, so.
All right, anybody have anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right, I think that's it then. I guess we just need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I second. Go ahead. You can take it.
Second it.
All right, well, thanks everybody. Thanks for your
All right.
patience.
Thank you.
Have a
Good to see
beautiful night.
everybody.
Good job.
Good
Thanks.
seeing you guys.